And it says we're live. Good evening, viewers. I'm here with Craig Bragg. In the next 6 minutes, we are gonna really plague the game as like a backdrop. We're gonna be chatting about all kinds of shit, and you can throw me suggestions for the game or for what's it called. I also have something set up here so that I can switch to coronavirus updates, and I have a couple of coronavirus trackers up, so we can just refresh them as the time goes by, and it's going to be great. You're going to love it. So, Craig, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Not so bad, not so bad. The next 6 minutes, it's been too long, buddy. How are you?
It has been a minute. I'm not too bad, actually. I'm not too bad.
Good, good. How's the kitty?
Kitty's drinking water right now. She's
You got a
she's
new
really
cat?
nice.
A new cat 6 or?
No, this was the other cat's little sister. So I had two girl cats, and the older one passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So little sister's still here with me, but she kind of misses her big sister.
No doubt.
They didn't get along very well, but they liked each other's company to a certain extent. It's like it's now very unfamiliar with her because right now what she does is that when she walks around the apartment, she just kind of she scans back and forth like she expects to see the other cat, but the other cat's not there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you say they didn't get along well, but they enjoyed each other's company. Female cats tend to not get along with other cats. Male cats seem to just be chill with one another, though.
Yeah, they got the bro code.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm super popular right now.
You got 4 people watching.
Yeah, and I'm ignoring them to play with my phone. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So yeah, no, it's.
Quit playing with your phone. You're going to go blind.
So if I'm not mistaken, we have my wife's been watching it pretty closely. The whole coronavirus news. I'm not even really paying attention to it too much. 700 and something in Canada now.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Let me put this up here. Yeah. So I've got a couple. If you guys want links to them, I will put them in the chat. 219 overall, but yeah, we hit 727 today, I think. Yeah, 727, 129 new cases today.
And now there's been more than... There was originally one death. Like, for the longest time, it was just that one death out in BC, and now there's more, apparently.
9.
I think they're all linked. I think they're all linked to the same general area, right?
I'm not sure. They're not super clear about that on these charts.
Now, forgive me if I'm misquoting here, but I saw something today that would seem to indicate that China knew about this
In November.
coronavirus in November.
Yeah,
as
November.
early as the 17th of November.
Yeah, and I can't understand why all the people... I mean, you know why. I shouldn't say that. I do understand. Everybody I see on Twitter is like, it's from eating bats, and these people eating bats, and open air fresh food and meat markets, they're the cause, and all this stuff. And I'm like, do you guys not watch wearechange.org? Do you not watch Tim Pool? This came from the Wuhan bio facility that's 300 meters away from that open market. There's not a doubt in my mind. There's no way it started there. It started at the bio facility, 300 yards away from the open air market.
And
yeah, that Tinker Toy bio facility. That
the Tinker Toy bio. Yeah, it's made out of wood.
And what's incredibly odd is how it didn't seem to take that. I'm under the impression it was our intelligent Canadian. Oh, there's your gun.
Did you put an image up of the gun I bought?
Yeah. That's Craig's new gun. He's getting it in the mail.
Excellent.
There's the Corona Chan I love. I think that one is just so appealing.
Ooh, Heckler and Koch.
Yeah.
I approve.
VP9, yeah.
So I am into the Bavarian vintage firearms. There, I'm a Walther man myself, but
yeah, you know what?
H&K, not bad.
Well, I was looking for a Walther, but everything was sort of outside my price range. I wanted to buy something that was under 1,000 MSRP, and this one hit the mark, and I got it at Firearms Outlet Canada, and I should be getting my ATT in the mail soon, and then it should be coming in the mail. And the good thing is,
hopping over to that FFL and picking up your brand new baby. Yeah.
Well, no, it'll come right to my door. I'm home to sign for it because I'm working from home now until this coronavirus thing runs its course. So the wife and I are both working from home, and we're both home to sign for it. So now I have to sign for it.
The Kung Flu loophole. I like that.
That's the Kung Flu loophole. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Craig, to answer your question, Mama Bear in the chat has said no one in Ontario, one in Quebec, and the rest are linked to the same old age home in BC.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Same old age home. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, not cool. It sucks for those people, but...
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm jumping to too broad a conclusion, but let's just say that the lovely SARS outbreak that we had a few years ago. What are the odds that it had the same origins at this Tinker Toy Lincoln Log Lego brick Chinese biofacility? This is something that it's become a regular occurrence, that their standards are so abysmally absurd.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, the documents came out. Apparently, somebody let leak that some documents from that facility. It might have been WikiLeaks, but maybe not. That somebody was bit by a bat that they were testing in that facility, and another person was urinated on by a bat. They were at that testing facility, and who knows if they took the proper precautions when they left. So maybe they got bit by a bat, and then the scientist is like, "Oh, I show you, I'll go eat bat," and he goes down to the market and he buys bat soup and infects everybody.
Wait, hold on. Apparently, with certain kinds of bats, you can be bitten and not know that their teeth are so needle-like that they'll go in and out and you won't even bleed, but they will have put their saliva in you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That someone got rabies by getting hit by a bat, and they didn't have a scratch, like not a visible scratch on them. And they didn't know they had rabies for months, and they died.
Oh, what a way to go. Holy crap. Well, you know what? Because I watched something on Discovery like years ago about how vampire bats, they fly around at night, they land on cattle's feet, and then they bite their ankles or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they have something in their saliva that's an anticoagulant, so the cow just keeps bleeding and they just keep lapping it up.
Right, but even with that, the amount of blood that's coming out is so small for such a tiny hole that if the bat doesn't lick it up, that's it. It basically plugs the hole with blood, even if it's not coagulating. You know what I mean? Like the meniscus of the blood will hold the blood in.
Yeah.
So it's very, very tiny. That, I mean, but honestly, who knows what happened in that facility, because they'll never admit what happened in that facility.
No, it's the nature of the system they have over there, right? Mm-hmm. Something goes wrong, you don't report it. Fuck, you get sent off to the middle of nowhere to work in some mushroom farm or something.
or you get thrown in the pits in Tianjin and lit on fire.
There you go. There's that too. I was trying to be generous to the Chinese regime.
Have you seen this footage yet?
No.
Of the fire pits? No one seems to know what's in them, but there's footage of like trucks and flamethrowers setting shit on fire in a pit in China.
My guess is it's the bodies. It's probably the bodies, because they welded apartment blocks doors shut, right? So people who were infected were locked inside, and they've finally started opening them, and they're filled with dead people.
Oh, so then they don't chalk those up to coronavirus death because they starved to death.
Yeah, they either starved to death or other complications or whatever. Right? You can't trust China. You can't trust China. China is asshole.
China is asshole.
So you can't trust their numbers. So when I see guys like Bill Mitchell on Twitter saying, "Oh, China's got a hold of it," I'm like, China does not have a fucking hold of it. Yeah, I mean, I love you, Bill, but don't trust China. China is asshole.
Yeah.
I have a set of memes that I'm going to be putting out probably sometime this weekend. You guys be looking at Twitter, because I'm going to be posting them up on Twitter. It's going to be a lovely little series of memes.
I'll be posting on Twitter in less than 24 hours.
Ooh.
That's right. Still in
Sometime
Twitter. What did you do?
You got to
time,
tell
Craig?
me how you got into the Twitter clink there.
I used the R word. I called somebody the
Ooh.
R word. I didn't realize that was a bad word. See, they need to lay out all the words you can't use instead of just saying you can't do things that target somebody for their whatever, because that's all subjective.
Right.
They need to say these are the words you can't use.
Yeah, but they won't.
It's simple enough for cable TV,
Yeah.
But they like to be vague, so that they essentially give us enough rope to hang ourselves with, and they'll just sit back and wait for the first flag to show up, and then throw down the ban hammer.
So I wonder how long. So it was 24 hours the first time I went to Twitter jail. Then I got picked up again by the Twitter cops and locked up for 7 days. What happens next? Is it 30 days or?
I think it just might be a permaban.
Really?
Yeah, and you've been on Twitter for what, 5 minutes? And already
feels like it.
Yeah, and banned twice.
About 3-4 weeks. About 3-4 weeks. Yeah.
I've never had a suspension. I am so ashamed that whatever it is I'm doing on Twitter,
Me either,
I'm not being asshole enough. I don't know.
Always trust Irving. Irving is not asshole.
That's right. You know what it is? I am a shit poster, and you know what? I blame 4chan, because on 4chan you can say whatever you want and nobody says anything. But so I just I get into shit posting mode and I get on Twitter and I think I said you
pick up his ass.
You literal retard is what I said.
See, but now here's the other thing: is what if you mean it like the verb?
Oh, yeah, then I'd have to say you literally retard.
No, like you're retarded. Like it's like you have been slowed by something. There is some blockage that is interrupting your ability to quickly analyze this information and come to a logical conclusion.
Yeah. So if I said something like that was a slow response, why was your response so retarded? I shouldn't get banned.
No. Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
The algorithm doesn't know the nuances of shit posting, I'm afraid.
Or you were previously on fire, and now somebody has sprayed you with an extinguisher. You've been retarded.
The fire has been retarded.
But, no. They won't play the semantic game. They'll just ban you out of spite.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was after I got banned for the 7 days. I'm like, screw this. I'm putting Gab on my phone. So I downloaded Gab. And now my phone won't charge on quick charge on like a wireless charging. So I'm thinking, oh shit, I hope Gab didn't use my phone. But
Gab robs your phone of power.
Yeah. I can charge it if I plug it directly in, but on a quick charging pad or charge.
Yeah. Gab robs your account of porn and your phone of energy.
What do you mean? It takes your porn?
That's one of the big things that they wasn't it that the big thing that people were mad at Gab for, because you couldn't post like.
Yeah, I think they say porn is not free speech. I don't want to get into that argument.
Well, I know Tumblr stopped it, and then that made Tumblr's usership like drop, because that's all people were putting on Tumblr was fandom porn and shipping porn and everything.
Yeah, is just a ton of porn. But yeah, no, I did a video on a porn ban months and months ago. I think because of Gab and some people making the argument about free speech, I was like, there's other rights. Like I know we all been going on about free speech, but there are other rights.
Yeah, no, you know what, and I saw that video, and I'm inclined to agree to it to an extent. Here's the thing: people posting porn on Gab or whatever, Tumblr, it's either original creations where they either photoshopped or drew it, but I don't know if drawing should be considered porn as far as Tumblr is concerned. But I guess if it's explicit, then that's what they're concerned about. That should be, if you're a platform that stands for free speech, you should allow that stuff. But most times, you're ripping it off from somewhere where there's a copyright,
right?
For that. So you're not engaging in free speech by saying, "Look at this Brazzers clip." It's not free speech.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. And again, like another day, we'll have that conversation. But okay, let's circle back because I'm pretty sure I can segue into both of these things that I wanted to. So I left a link to Six's video because it's fucking amazing, and you've got to watch it right to the end.
I just subscribed to you, Six, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't realize I hadn't, so I'm like, oh wow, I got to subscribe to this guy. So I did.
If you want to see,
now I'm back to
180, I think.
I'm back to 180 again.
There you go.
But if you want to see a man fucking power chow through 4 whole jalapenos, you have to watch this video.
You ate a bunch of jalapenos?
Just going at them. And the first one, he's okay. But he starts to look so unhappy, but he just powers through.
So were these raw jalapenos, Six? Or are they?
Yep, they were.
Wow. So what prompted that? Are you trying to fight the virus, or is it because of your allergies?
Oh, it was for Marchmas. I was trying. This was a video that I did last year, and I was trying to be Oracle about the suffering that I go through during
the Marchmas season.
Yeah, the Marchmas season. So the each of the jalapenos was a representative of each of the 4 weeks of the month of March. So yeah, that's what I was going for.
You gotta take that stuff on stage to some sort of poetry coffee house and say, "Here's my performance art."
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. For my Cinco de Mayo video, I ate 4 serrano peppers, which is a much hotter pepper.
Jesus. See, I like pickled jalapenos. I put them on lots of different stuff, but I don't like just raw jalapenos. I find them. I like the pickled jalapenos, and we were at a restaurant with some friends one time, and somebody, as a joke, said to the waitress, "Bring him a whole bowl of jalapeno for the nachos," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll eat them. Whatever. I ordered ice cream. I'll be fine." So I ate the whole bowl, and I'm like, "Okay, there's my ice cream, y'all. I'm fine now." So
no. And people are surprised when I'm eating the jalapenos that are left over from the nacho plate. And I'm just eating the jalapenos. They're like, "How are you doing that?" They're not even hot, guy. They're not. It's not spicy
because they've been cooked and they put on pickled ones, so they're not even.
Yeah, a lot of the capsaicin oil has leached out of the peppers by then.
Yeah, but it'll save you from the coronavirus, or what was it called last time we did it? Kung
flu.
So what do we tonight? Is it Flu Manchu or Boomer Remover or what?
Ooh. Well, let's ask the chat, guys. Mama Bear's going with Kung Flu, isn't she?
Flu Manchu.
Yeah, and her troll rating's too low too. She says, "I don't know what we're doing wrong."
Yeah. I have yet to be disciplined by Twitter.
But you're too nice anyway, man.
Yeah. I'm just a Cub Scout as far as trolling goes.
What was that joke from Family Guy about drive-by arguments? Oh, Reginald, I disagree.
That's 6.
I usually ask for the Grey Poupon first.
Oh, okay, yes, but on eating raw peppers and all that shit, Craig, you were telling me about your new diet and how that's working.
Oh yes, well, it was originally. I've been thinking about doing the carnivore diet for a while because I was watching Joe Rogan and Michaela Peterson and all these different people. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give that a try. And so I have announced this at a family dinner on Monday night or Sunday night, and the wife says, I just bought a lot of like vegetables because the grocery stores are having issues keeping things in stock. So probably not the best time because that all's gonna go bad. So right now I'm just doing no breads, no refined sugars, no pop, nothing like that. So I'm eating vegetables but mostly meat. So I got a pile of meat, trying to do that. And then once all this blows over and food supplies are regularly, available and we don't have to worry about vegetables and fruits going bad, I'll try doing the carnivore diet.
One of the best meals is about 3 bell peppers stuffed with ground beef and spices, topped off with a little bit of cheese and sour cream.
I like stuffed peppers. Yeah, I like stuffed red peppers and yellow peppers and orange pepper. Green peppers too bitter.
And bacon if you can find it.
Oh, I can find it.
Oh yeah. So you got ground beef and the bell pepper. It's baked in the bell pepper. Well, the ground beef, of course, is cooked before you put it in the bell pepper. You put the bell pepper into the oven to let the cheese on top melt. Take it out, put the sour cream and the bacon bits. I call those a Mexican grenade.
Nice.
Oh, you called it Goomer Remover. Thank you. Is this a virus now? Is this a virus or is this? Oh, it's a virus. We upgraded the virus.
That's right.
We're back
That's right.
bacteria. Nice.
Yeah. See, the virus randomly mutates symptoms. So you've got to be careful. It costs points to unevolve it. So if it gets ahead of you before you're ready, they can start curing it before you have a chance, right? So you've got to keep it there. See, rash symptom mutated. And now I've got to go unmutate it for 3 points. And every time it costs more to devolve one of these symptoms. So
Yeah, I'm just noticing something. Those ships, they move pretty damn fast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm like, look.
Sorry.
I'm looking at the planes. I'm like, the planes move fast, but the ships aren't much slower.
Yeah, they're going at like a starship impulse speed.
Yeah, that's right. They're all nuclear subs.
Well, I think like every day is about 0.7 seconds, and each icon of a ship probably represents many more than one ship, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So it looks like it's starting in China again.
Yeah, obviously.
Did you choose that?
Yes, you can choose.
Oh, okay. So you could choose where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
How many historical plagues have originated from China?
I think like 6 out of the last 7. I know. I saw somebody do a
9 out of the last 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this girl was doing like a college presentation, or she was using the college whiteboard on TikTok, and she's like, she lists all these diseases, the last big ones, and she's like, China.
That's where all the baddies come from. All the SARS and coronavirus and
TikTok's full of shit posters too. There's a lot of shit.
Wasn't the bubonic plague also?
Yes.
Originated in China.
It did.
And spread to Europe.
Yeah, rode on the backs of rats. It was like flea-borne, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Chinese rats.
Yeah.
Guess what year it is? It's 2020. What Chinese New Year?
Oh, Year of the Rat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Year of the Plague Rat.
Coincidence? I don't know. Somebody redesigned the Democrat logo to that of a rat. Makes sense, Democrat, rat. Can't spell Democrat without rat.
Boomer remover spreads to Afghanistan.
Oh boy.
Serves him right. Backing out on that peace deal. They sign a peace deal and then they kill like 2 Americans? Or am I confusing my Middle Eastern countries? Yes, no, it was, but it was Iranian-backed military in Afghanistan killed 2 Americans.
Oh, and also, playing the bacteria version and winning, we unlocked a special gene that makes our plague more effective in arid countries. So,
oh, nice.
So we'll have to evolve some abilities to help it through drier and colder climes.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, Greenland and Iceland are like the last places to get hit.
Yeah.
Looks like it's in Russia now.
It is. Look, it's all over the place.
I don't see any in North America yet.
No, not yet, not yet. But we're now more infectious than TB at 10 million infected. But see, if you go to the world chart and look, 10 million infected is such a tiny little red stripe compared to everything else. Like, that's something that this game opened up my eyes, is about what population versus total numbers really means. Like literally 10 million people are infected, and the closest number that they can say to healthy is 100%.
Yeah.
That's how few 10 million people is in the world. Like,
oh yeah, it's not even
crazy.
1%. Not even 1% of 7 billion.
Not even a drop in a bucket.
Exactly.
I'm watching the stream. Pay close attention to all the wonderful little pictures that are being presented, and
the isolation of smog. I love that.
And I just happened to see the Spring Breakers when I saw this clip for these dumb kids down in Miami that just is so flippant about everything.
Yeah.
Youthful immortality or youthful invulnerability, you know? Kids
I'm gonna live.
I think they're never gonna die. Yeah. Well, they are young enough that if the senescence scientists can, actually figure out a way to stop people from aging, they might be a generation that could live indefinitely. I won't say forever, but indefinitely if they really want to. If they have the money and they want to, they're willing to pay for the treatments, they might actually be able to live indefinitely. If coronavirus doesn't wipe us all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of us over 40, we have a much different attitude about about this kind of shit.
I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful that, when I'm 70 and my body is like breaking down, that there'll be treatments or cybernetics that I can just my knee's gone. Nah, forget it. I don't want an artificial knee. Give me a whole artificial leg.
There you go.
2 artificial legs. I want to run like $6 million.
Oh, fucking
I want
Blade
lightning
Runner
bolts, racing
Yeah.
stripes.
That's right. All right, my cat is here bugging me. I gotta go feed my kitty. If you gentlemen will just hold for a moment.
Yeah, for sure.
The kitty must be fed.
Kitty must be fed.
Oh, so
My
Six, have
kitty.
you ever played this game?
I have not. The first time that I was ever exposed to it was the other night when you had another stream about this particular game.
Oh,
I had heard about it. I'd heard you talk about it several times, but I had never played it or seen it played before.
It is so much fun, and you can get a simpler version on your phone. Like, it's the same game, just the graphics and music are less high end. And this has about a dozen different ways to play it.
You don't know what kind of phone I have. I have a 5-year-old piece of. It's not It would not be adequate for playing anything of substance.
Right. Why, give it a try if you like. Oh, we're at 1.5 billion infected, but still no symptoms.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been actively.
And the symptoms.
What's that?
And the symptoms, that's the most important part, because that really cements the. Because infection is one thing, but if symptoms don't develop, it's less of a less of a threat, I would imagine, unless it mutates, and then symptoms just go like 3/4 of the population drops dead almost instantly.
Well, that's how we played it with the bacteria, but the virus is actually trying to evolve. Like, see, it just says cis symptom mutated on its own, and I'm trying to keep it quiet for now, right? But I think with 1.5 billion, I can start letting certain things go, because cysts are painful lumps containing pockets of the pathogen, slight chance of bursting, which can spread disease. So maybe I'll let this one slide for now.
Yeah, because cysts, people would just think, oh shit, I got a cyst. They're not likely to, like, unless they're showing other symptoms, cysts aren't going to be much of a concern to anybody. And you'll get some idiot in a trailer park who says, screw it, I'm going to pop it. And then he'll spread it all over the trailer park.
Which is awesome.
If your aim is to have this thing spread further and faster.
Oh, it's in the U.S. now.
Yeah. Oh, and now I'm evolving it to be transmittable through birds.
There you go.
There you go. Good old bird flu.
Also, once you get it into the animals, it mutates on its own even faster.
Yeah, no, because their breeding rate is quick. The way they spread it is quick.
Yeah, being in the birds means it crosses borders, whether or not they shut down borders.
Yeah, can't stop birds from flying.
Can't stop the birds from flying or the fish from swimming.
Olympics back on, stupids.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on the conspiracy theories surrounding coronavirus, but there's some really unique ones that have come out.
Like?
Some really interesting ones. Okay, so Oprah Winfrey apparently was trending today because somebody posted a post with 4 pictures of one of her properties with caution tape around it and stuff like that. So they were saying that her place was being raided by the FBI because she's part of this international elite pedophile sex ring, and that the quarantines and the isolation measures the governments all across the United States and all across the world really are putting into place is to give the FBI cover to go and take down these high-level elite pedophiles that have been operating in the shadows, or rather openly in the shadows, for decades, right? And
follow the white rabbit.
And do you know where that comes from?
I do. That's why I said it, but that's all I'm going to say, because the rest of it's fucking ridiculous.
It is a little insane, but you know what? I love a good conspiracy theory. So so the thing is, they're saying, well, Tom Hanks, who was implicated by this Isaac Cappy guy as being a pedophile, he catches it with Rita Wilson, I guess, when he's in Australia. So, and he's posting pictures saying, yeah, we're doing good, we're fine. And what the internet, with the 4chan, the Q-tards are saying is that he's being allowed to post these things so that he can maintain his reputation, because they're getting all these high-level people, and in order for them to maintain their reputation, they've got to turn on other people. This is how the FBI is running the investigation of these elite, high-profile pedophile sex rings.
Well, that thing about the barcode on the door behind them, that's a military barcode from a military base and shit.
Is that right? Is that what it is?
I saw someone say that. Yeah, that they know that they work on the military bases, they install the equipment, and the barcodes say specifically what's in that room.
Right. So they're not in quarantine in their hotel room. They're in quarantine at some government facility.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Tom Hanks is a turncoat.
Yeah, they're all going to be turncoats, but when it comes down to the ones that are going to be marched out in hanged in leg cuffs are going to be Hillary Clinton, John Podesta. I that's what I'm hoping. If anything that is part of this whole Pizzagate conspiracy and the Q conspiracy about the elite pedophiles, if any part of it is true, this is my fantasy, that she gets marched out in leg cuffs and handcuffs and something. But again, conspiracy theory. There's, it's fun to believe, but let's take it with a grain of salt. Let's take it with a pound of salt. Because I want to believe exactly. I'm like fucking Fox. I want to believe this so bad, but well, I do and I don't, because it means that it's a sick fucking world, sicker than we imagined. But I do, because it means that these people are being brought in, and that's another thing that people were saying. Remember that power outage right around the time Epstein was apprehended in New York?
Oh, it sounds vaguely familiar.
So there was a power outage shortly after he was arrested in New York. There was a power outage that lasted several hours, and the conspiracies that arose from that was that was all staged so that they could move him under cover of darkness, and the person who actually died wasn't him, or the body that they wheeled out wasn't him. It was an actor. So they've actually got him squirreled away somewhere, and he's turning state's evidence on everybody. This is the theory, right? But who knows?
Well, either way, Epstein didn't kill himself.
No, he didn't. Sorry, go ahead.
So as the map is starting to turn red
God.
there, I want to ask you guys, how much of your daily stuff has been directly affected? I know today I was at my my favorite Chinese restaurant.
Good for you.
And they've completely done away with the soup bar. So
Really
you
good.
can't just.
Yeah, I think buffets might take a real hit. I mean, Americans love their buffets, but I have a feeling people are going to be very distrustful of them going forward.
So when I walked up to get my sweet and sour pork, the question that was asked, would you like a soup? Would you like me to make you a soup? Yeah. We've sorry, but we've temporarily closed the soup bar. So we have to ask now if you want us to make this a soup. Okay, so they made me an egg drop soup, and so I went over to my usual city sit place, and I was not only was I brought my main entree, which is I'm used to having them just kind of bring that to me, but I was also brought the soup too. So okay, this is weird, and this a few hours later, so I drove down to my local Sonic drive-in restaurant, which isn't like vastly further away than the Chinese restaurant, and I happened to notice that there was a sign out there. There's normally this patio area where you could just walk up, press a button, and you could sit at these picnic tables. Well, that area was temporarily closed as well.
Good idea.
And at my workplace, we have changed our hours. So we're opening an hour later and closing 2 hours earlier. And for me, it's not so bad because I did the closing shift anyway, and this is hours that I'm accustomed to on the weekend. But everybody else it's really screwed with their schedule, and it's like, oh damn. So that's I feel sorry for them. This doesn't really affect me all that much, but everybody else that was used to a very different schedule than mine, particularly the openers, yeah, it kind of sucks for them. Because a lot of them are having to stay later than they know otherwise normally.
No, I mean,
I just posted the stream on Minds for you there.
Oh, thank you.
Page.
It's like the map is covered with flaming cheese dust.
Well,
It's true.
let's get a more.
It's Doritos. What's that really red hot Doritos?
Oh, yeah, no, aren't they just called Red Hot?
Red hot Doritos? I don't know. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Red hot Dorito dust. You've infected the entire planet except for 30 million?
245.
No, 30 million are dead. 30 million dead, sorry.
Yeah, 245,000 healthy people remain, but they're almost at 50% cure, so we need
you gotta
some.
stop that.
Oh, they're at 50% cure. We need some serious lethality. It's got lethality now, though.
It's killing tons.
I just hope I don't overkill and not infect that last few people. Oh, looks like I might have got him. There are no healthy people left in the world, but I only have 8 points, so I can't really evolve it anymore.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait until you pop more bubbles.
$250,000 dead.
Reached Black Death level.
Yeah. And the paranoia symptom mutated, so that usually slows them down a bit. But yeah, no, I don't have anything to...
Yeah, because when you're paranoid, you don't cooperate with people, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so... there's another thing I was going to talk... Oh, yeah, so when Weinstein apparently had a fall in Rikers Island, right?
A fall.
He was in the infirmary. He was in the infirmary in Rikers Island. So for a little while, the phrase Weinstein didn't. It was Weinstein was pushed. was going instead of Weinstein didn't fall himself. Weinstein was pushed. And so
come with me if you want to shit.
Don't trust China. China is asshole. So what was it? What were you saying about follow the White Rabbit? So explain to the viewers what the White Rabbit's all about.
Oh my god. Okay. So there is apparently a drug, a chemical referred to as adrenochrome, and the shape of the drug sorta is looks like the chemical symbol looks like a rabbit on its side, and
that's right. Yeah.
And that's the thing that you tell people if you don't want to scare them with it. So I don't know how much you want me to try and scare the fucking audience with this shit.
With the Pizzagate?
With adrenochrome, it can only be harvested from a person, generally children, while they're experiencing huge amounts of adrenaline in their blood, because the adrenaline in the blood gets oxidized and becomes adrenochrome. So you have to terrorize and torture a child and then murder them at the height of their fear and drain the adrenochrome from the back of their neck and spinal column.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
essentially this is Monsters Inc.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. was basically those monsters were breaking into kids' houses and in their bedrooms. And
you ever heard of the movie I Come in Peace?
With Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Where he plays a cop that
they beat me again.
He's tracking down this alien drug dealer who is using lethal amounts of heroin that he injects into people and then drains out their endorphins, and that is as the people are overdosing on the heroin, he's extracting the endorphins from people, and these endorphins are then used to manufacture the refined to be this kind of narcotic, that is popular amongst all these other alien races. So essentially, it's a very interesting movie.
They're curing everyone. Irving, what the hell?
Yeah, they beat me.
Those bastards. Damn scientists with their magic.
Their magic science shit. Boomer remover.
Has been a rowdy.
Type F for boomer remover.
And in the meantime, we'll take a real live update. Let's see here. Now, I have the two different sites. One of them's more fun because it has the map just sort of like Plague Inc. And yes, it does look like a Humanity is Over party. All little red dots showing up there. It's crazy.
Apparently, according to Uncle Jeezy, you can buy adrenochrome from Sigma Aldrich. Oh, and Pox Toxicus here. He says, what are you queers doing?
We're playing Plague. If you're not at work, hop in.
So this is where you're trying to save everybody? There's another one where you're trying to save everybody? Santa Claus spreading good cheer?
There's a few versions in the game. But before we get back to that, let's run through the numbers here. 218,000 according to this map. Let's see, Italy's at 35,000. Iran claims they're at 17. Spain's pushing 15. Germany's over 12. U.S. will hit 10,000 by tomorrow for sure. South Korea has a fair handle on it. They're not spiking the way they were, but Canada is at 727. Now, this is less fun. But I think it's the better map. The better tracker. Just more accurate and more recently updated more regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says 219,000 total cases, but also this thing here, like you can arrange it by country or by total cases, ascending or descending, new cases, total deaths, new deaths, total recovered. And these are, on the day. So it's new cases today, new deaths today.
If I'm reading those numbers right, the ratio of recovery to death is 10-1.
Wait, where? Which one?
So 80,000 have recovered. Only 8,000 have died.
Ah, the big numbers. Yeah. Yeah. But I think for percentages, they're looking at deaths versus total cases.
Okay.
Right. So, like, 9,000 deaths is about 3% of... Oh, geez, no, it's more like 4% of 220,000. But yeah, but Italy's skewing those numbers because I think they're at like 7 or 8% just on their own.
Yeah, they're not even treating their old people.
Yeah.
In Italy, they basically said to people above the age of 80, you're not getting treatment, don't show up.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Hooray, socialized healthcare.
I know, right? Paying to a socialized healthcare your whole paying taxes when you really need the healthcare. Sorry, too old. But death panels aren't a real thing.
No. Is it adrenochrome, the stuff the reptilian elites eat from the glands of fear-soaked baby brains? Yep, that's it.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Gee, it takes much longer to recover than it does to die.
That's a hot take.
Woo! Spicy.
The thing you posted on Facebook today, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't comment on it because I'm not sure what my visibility settings are. I might have like friends and coworkers to see me commenting on this post by Irving Twin.
Just
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I got a bunch of people that are like connected to me whether they like it or not, and Yeah, they hate that shit, so... Also, I wanted to see if Facebook would do something about it. They didn't.
Nah.
Friggin' Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't really do the Facebook anymore.
I have it and I check it periodically, but mainly it's right now it's Twitter, Minds, and Gap for me. I don't know why I got back into Twitter. I really don't.
Because it's a shit show.
It's true.
Yeah, like, how can you stay away?
I know. It's like a
When-
train wreck.
When people on the compassionate left are wishing death on right-wing pundits.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Yeah. What was it? One of the a talking head on one of the channels said that Republicans are going to die in larger numbers because they're believing Donald Trump's lies. And I'm like, no. Republicans are going to survive because more of them are rural than Democrats. They take care of themselves. They grow their own food. They don't really, a lot don't really need, to go to, what's one of those big chains you guys have there in the United States?
Walmart.
Publix or whatever. Yeah, we have Walmart here. So Publix is the big grocery chain, right? They don't have to go to Publix to get their food. A lot of them can get their own food. They're prepared, so to speak, right? They buy into all that Alex Jones 3-month food supply stuff and all the supplements. So they're all good. They're all going to be good.
Yeah, we got the big Berkey water systems and the adrenaline, not adrenaline, but the male vitality pills and the gay frogs. And
that's right. The gay frogs.
We have all the gay frogs.
That's right.
We have all the gay frogs we could possibly eat.
You know what's funny? Was it Aaron Schroyer or Irwin Schroyer or Irvin Schroyer? I don't know what his name is. He's on InfoWars. He's the young guy in InfoWars who's like as erratic as Alex Jones. He goes to these public events where Democrats are, and they mock him about gay frogs, and his response is, "If you look into that, it's actually but it is actually true, but it just sounds ridiculous, right? Turning the frogs gay."
Yeah, but I mean, it's 100% true. Like,
yeah.
And every now and again, Irving, after you've snacked on a frog, it's like, damn, I think that one tasted straight.
Oh no,
more gamey? Are the straight ones more gamey?
And for anyone who doesn't know, that whole thing about Alex Jones, the way he was... That's right, hold on. He's slamming the table and yelling about how globalists are putting chemicals in the water that's turning the friggin' frogs gay!
Yep.
This is 100% true. That there are multinational corporations working overseas in countries with more lax environmental laws, and they're dumping their chemical wastewater into local water supplies where there are frogs. Now, if you've seen Jurassic Park or read Jurassic Park, you know that there are some frogs that have the capacity, if they're overpopulated, male or female, that they can actually change their sex to become the other sex so that they can mate and propagate. But these chemicals that they're putting in the water, they stimulate the beginning of those changes in the frogs, but they don't complete it. So male frogs start behaving like female frogs without changing into female frogs. So they're trying to lure males, right? And get mounted. And literally, globalists are putting chemicals in the water that are turning the friggin' frogs gay. It's amazing.
So he's not wrong. So Alex Jones wasn't wrong. He never lies. It's always true.
He never lies.
It's always true. It's just like Trump. Trump never lies. It's always true from a certain perspective. And if you dig deep enough, you're like, okay, I see the truth. So,
Yeah.
but and on top of that, I think there's also a matter of because so many women are on the birth control pill. Those hormones are being pissed out into the water, so there's more water. There's more estrogen in the water. And it's affecting fish populations, it's affecting frog populations, and we're ingesting all that too. So we're getting more female hormones in our food supply and in our water supply because women are all on the pill.
Yeah, and it's not just that kind of medication.
It's other medications too. Yeah,
other medications and illegal drugs.
Oh yeah.
There is a certain percentage of cocaine and opiates in water supplies. Yeah.
And no such thing as a dollar bill in the United States that doesn't test positive for cocaine.
Really?
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And stripper butt sweat.
Stripper butt sweat. I wonder if strippers go home with like their butt cheeks kind of numb from all the cocaine.
Stripper butt sweat.
That sounds like an online gamer. Stripper butt sweat.
Yeah. That sounds like a stripper name. And now onto the stage, stripper butt sweat.
It's candy.
Cocaine water by Monster, says Pox.
But you're asking, we're going way back now. You're asking, Six, how has this coronavirus thing affected your life? And I'm working from home. That's how it's affected me. My wife is working from home. I regularly play games with people on Tuesday night at a local comic book shop, and they've closed all sort of like the gathering room where everybody plays Magic and Pokemon and shit and board games. That's been closed for the foreseeable future. So yeah, it's affecting me to some degree.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
It is what it is.
I did the quarantine by choice, pseudo quarantine, right? Like, I'm not calling it the quarantine stream for nothing. I'm staying in as much as possible.
Social distancing.
Social distancing, right? If some emergency arises or whatever, I'll leave the house. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try to avoid. Like, I'm stocked up. I've been doing it because the trains, right? We had the trouble with them trying to stop the trains, the blockades. I started then. That's like 8 weeks ago. Right?
That's no longer a thing, right? Those blockades are done, or are they still causing trouble?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, how much news did you hear on derailed trains? Because apparently they managed to derail 4 or 5 trains in the past couple of months.
Was anyone hurt?
I don't even know. That's how little they've been covering it.
They're carrying water for them too. This is what bothers me so much. The media are carrying water for these people engaging in, completely lawless acts. And it's like CBC needs to be defunded, just like BBC. They're trying to do with BBC in the UK. They need to stop taking taxpayer dollars and funding the CBC. They're a garbage news outlet.
So in the chat, we're typing F for hobbies.
F for hobbies, yeah.
Luckily, this is one of my hobbies, and I haven't been able to indulge often enough lately, so all right.
And I was going to actually start doing more videos from home because of my change in work situation, but I haven't gotten into the groove yet. So the last video I uploaded was, I think, on Friday. I need to get back into it.
You know what? Just go for a drive. Don't even go anywhere. Just Set
Drive around.
up the camera in the car like you do, drive in a circle or two, and then call it a day.
Yeah, I could do that.
There you
I just
go.
sit in my
There you
driveway and do it.
No, don't, because assholes from 4chan will be able to triangulate through your windows exactly where you live.
Oh, they've done that already with all the landmarks that I pass every day when I.
They just know the general area.
They know where.
They won't know
where
which
I am.
house is yours.
Nah, they'll be able to figure it out. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
Oops, all coronavirus.
I'm not even on 4chan's radar yet. I haven't done anything, outrageously stupid or I haven't done a big enough spectacle for them to get on their
Yeah.
radar.
still. I do like this one, though. No, don't touch me there, Corona-chan. You can't stop me, I know Kung Flu.
I love the gold crown. We're not going to bullshit about our safety precautions. Frankly, we don't have.
Well, guys, speaking of work, I gotta work tomorrow. I have to get up earlier because coronavirus and so on and so forth. So I must depart. But it was an honor and a pleasure to speak with both of you fine gentlemen tonight. And you all take it easy, and I will see you again sometime in the future.
Pleasure
Right
was
back
ours.
at you.
Thanks for coming, man. Good to hear from you.
And if anybody wants to see me eat jalapeno peppers,
Yeah, watch that.
check out my latest Peak 60 video. And
Link is at the top of the chat.
next week, it's going to be a very special Marchmas. It's going to be a very special Marchmas 60 live stream. So I'm going to be hanging out with a few friends, and we're going to be talking all about Marchmas and lots of the other stuff going on, all the going onsies. So we'll be doing that stuff. So anyhow, y'all take it easy, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Good night,
Very
Six.
good. Talk to you later, Six.
Yeah, no, that
Hard.
video is fucking hilarity. Like,
I gotta watch it then.
yeah, it's so good.
Pox posted something in the Discord. Sylvia Brown, did psychic predict the coronavirus outbreak? Did Sylvia Brown, a self-proclaimed psychic, predict the coronavirus outbreak in her book End of Days? Kim Kardashian shared the passage.
Here, I've got it up on the what's this thing called? The computer. Yeah, no, I know that name, Sylvia Brown.
It sounds familiar.
It was
Yeah.
like a pseudo-famous psychic from like the 90s, right?
She died in 2013, so yeah.
Sylvia Brown, a self-proclaimed psychic and medium with a number of critics, wrote a passage in a 2008 book that seems to eerily predict the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. Kim Kardashian recently shared the passage. Brown died in 2013. This is what Brown wrote. In around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived, attack again 10 years later, and then disappear completely. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of vague, no? In around 2020. So is 2018 in around? Is 2024 in around?
Yeah.
Right?
And technically it started in 2019, but I guess it didn't really sweep the globe, as they say, until 2020. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Psychics. It's all hokum.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's like prophecy that's vague, really, you know, too often you can easily connect the vague prophecy to basically any happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Nostradamus predicted that Gangnam Style would hit 1 billion views. Right? Like,
Did he really?
There are interpretations of a Nostradamus prophecy that look like, yes, it could have been predicting Gangnam Style hitting 1 billion views.
That's funny.
Something about like, oh yeah, no, the Crazy Horse and the Circles 9 or something like. But you've seen that movie, The Number 23?
Yeah.
If you go looking for the number 23, you're gonna find it. And it's the same thing with the vague prophecies, and that's why I'm not too big on that QAnon shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the QAnon shit, though, like, you really have to really read into it in order to say, see, he predicted it. Because everything is written in sort of code, you know? And it's all posted on 4chan, and I'm like, okay. Here's the one thing that could make you think, okay, maybe QAnon, there's some legitimacy to it, because with all these websites that, you know, are being shut down or putting, you know, strict censorship into place, here's 4chan, which is the literal asshole of the internet, where the worst possible things are said, and it doesn't get shut down. It's a free speech platform, yeah, great, but it's been on the radar of, you know, all the spy agencies, all the, you know, all the different, you know, law enforcement agencies, and it's still going. So, and why? 'Cause the people who are in the, you know, the secret cabal that is Q, I think it's 9 people apparently in the Trump administration. They, you know, they're keeping it. They're keeping it from being shut down because they need to put their shit out there. I don't know.
Look, all I do know is that, yes, a lot of those anti-Trump people seem to have aged 20 years in the past 4. They're losing their minds and losing their shit because maybe, just maybe, someone shut down their steady supply of you know,
adrenochrome.
Yeah, you know, the life-extending vitality drug.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, here's my thing, okay? You listen to the people who are the most vehemently opposed to Donald Trump, and just they you know, Robert De Niro, for instance, right? He said, you know, the nastiest things, what he wanted to do to Trump, how Trump called him the worst names in the book. But you're wondering, where does that come from? Like, what do you know about this guy, or, you know, why do you hate him so much? And then if you dig a little deeper, Robert De Niro has some pretty dirty stuff in his past with regards to underage girls and sexual assault and stuff like that. So you're thinking, well, maybe the people who are so vehemently opposed are opposed to him because they know that their, you know, time's running out and they're gonna get taken down. So,
like, see, everyone knows Hollywood is all about that shit, and they've known for a long time. People have been saying it, like, what's his name? I hope Corey Feldman doesn't get fucking suicided before he releases his little documentary, because he's been going on about this for like 10 years, and more vehemently after Corey Haim died.
Yeah.
Right? Because he fully blames Corey Haim's young death from the drug use used to cope with the abuse he suffered as a child in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And like, with all these people coming out against Harvey Weinstein after working with him for the past, 3 decades?
Right.
They're not making themselves look any better doing this.
Well, this is what people are saying about the whole Oprah thing that I was talking about before. I know this has nothing to do with corona, except that it's loosely related because of that conspiracy theory about the shutdowns are all so that, you know, law enforcement can have free reign to arrest all these people. But she came out after, you know, she was told by an aide that she's trending on Twitter and not for something nice. She came out and tweeted, oh, this is all fake. You know, I can't believe that something so awful is happening and it's fake. I'm self-isolating like everybody else. You know, everybody be safe. And people online are saying, see, if she just shut up about it, you know, then it would have just drifted away. But now that she's talked about it, now the normies are going to get wind of it. They're like, okay, what is Oprah saying and what's this all about? So it's going to convince some people to start looking into Q. and start looking into this whole thing.
Q though.
Yeah.
Like,
So
well, I will point this out, and I'm pretty sure it was literally within the first 2 months of his administration that, like, the February of 2017.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was at his, like, what's the word, direct direction, but yeah, some 400 plus people involved in a pedophile ring were all arrested.
Yeah, they were arresting a ton of people very early on, but I think these are all the small fish, right? These are all little guys, and so, and people have pointed to different things that Trump has done to indicate that he's aware of Q and he's part of it and the whole bit, right? Because somebody pointed out that he was at a rally one time and he made a hand gesture that looked like a Q, but he makes hand gestures all the time, and that he pointed at somebody in the audience who had a Q sign. So, I don't know. I don't know if he's just feeding his his conspiracy-minded base. I think there's a big contingent of his base. I mean, there's a lot of people who believe the whole Q thing in his base, who are just praying and hoping that it's all true, so they can feel vindicated, and so that he'll come out as being, the guy who let down. But,
and I mean, maybe he is. I just, I don't.
Maybe, you never know.
Like, I'm sure a lot of that stuff is happening. I don't know how ridiculously deep it is with this, like, farms of hundreds of children being, what's the word, harvested for their adrenochrome. I don't know about that, but I do know this, that the Q stuff that I've seen is so ridiculously vague.
Yeah.
That after the fact, especially once it's months later and years later, that you can point to it and look, this happened. Yeah. And then Q pops up on the on 4chan again going, see, I was right. Here's my next prophetic thing.
Right. And it's something else is vague. Right?
Yeah.
You put in a number that could be a date. Maybe it's not a date. Maybe it's just a number. And he'll say something like, be vigilant and it's all unfolding the way it's supposed to. Stuff like that, right? Stuff that's supposed to reassure the Q-tards, but nothing really concrete. It's all. And a lot of it is asking questions of the people reading the post. Who is this? Who do you think this is?
Yeah.
Keep vigilant. Stuff like come on, man.
Little tangent here though. If retard gets you banned from Twitter, what about the blank tard? Like, tard as a suffix. Like the Q-tards.
Right. Q-tard, libtard. I don't think libtard will get you banned, but maybe. I guess it depends.
Okay. But yeah, but going back. No. Like, I've seen shit so ridiculous, like, a post that said, let me be blunt. Game over. And then, like, a week later, Donald Trump's announcement had something to do with, we're doing this and this and this to blunt the impact. And people have put those together as, look, undeniable proof. It's like, no, that is one of the most common fucking things to say. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's true. It's a turn of phrase, right? Yeah.
Turn of phrase.
Well, no, let me be blunt. Is
No, I know. I think that was a Family Guy bit.
But yeah, they say that Q is 9 people in his administration close to, and his campaign that are close to him, and then Q plus is Donald Trump himself. So it's all very interesting and fun, but it's until Hillary Clinton is brought out in leg shackles, like I said. I'm not going to believe any of it.
Well, I mean...
But if she is, I'm like, holy shit, Pizzagate was real? Q was right? All this stuff.
If this is true, right, then they want to make sure that she goes down for everything. That it's all connected and they have the trails they need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're doing. But, now, again, I don't know how much of this I actually believe. I do know the conspiracy and the little adrenochrome symbol are so cool that I'm getting that fucker tattooed on me with a little follow the white rabbit under it. because that's fucking awesome.
You're gonna get that tattoo?
Yes.
See, now here's the problem, Irving. If you ever get implicated in something and you spend a night in jail, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble because...
Oh, did my connection go out or did I lose you?
Oh, I don't know. Am I still on? Let me check.
Yeah, you're here. You're here. I got you. No, do you mean people...
No, I say if you ever get arrested, then somebody sees that on you, they might go, "Oh, either this guy's connected or he's just being edgy." But the fact that he's got this, we can make him a patsy.
Well, then we just refer back to this stream, my 7 witnesses and you. All right,
yeah.
That what it means. It's a command to everybody else. Follow the white rabbit. Once you figure out what adrenochrome is and you follow that white rabbit, you're on your own. That's all. This is gonna be the last time I talk about this shit on air.
Oh no, it won't. Oh no, it won't. Because you're gonna have me on at some point.
Oh god.
And I'm gonna bring it up again. No, I don't know if you've read it. If you've stuff floating around on the internet about Isaac Cappy. Do you know about Isaac Cappy? He's a C-list actor that worked in a couple of Marvel movies, and anyway, he posted a lot of videos talking about how Hollywood is a nest of pedophiles, and that there's an elite pedophile network in Hollywood, and they're tied to the government and all this sort of stuff. Well, anyway, he posted this one very cryptic video. I think it was last year or a year or 2 years ago, and then a couple of weeks later, in which he said, I made a mistake. I did a wrong thing and I shouldn't have done it, and I just so you're aware, I'm not suicidal, but my life is in danger. A couple weeks later, he face plants off of an overpass onto the ground and he dies at the age of 42.
Fuck.
So, yeah. Google Isaac Cappy, and there's a bunch of YouTube stuff about Isaac Cappy and people doing analysis of his videos and their own opinions on it. And the fact that he on Route 66, he apparently dove off an overpass. So this isn't like he jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge or anything. He dove off an overpass 20 feet to the ground below, to the road below, face planted on it, and died. If you're going to commit suicide, would you jump 20 feet?
No.
Or would you jump off of or would you take some pills, or would you jump off a high building, or whatever?
20 feet, you're incredibly likely to survive if you don't get creamed by a truck.
Well, this is it, right? So the idea is that he was thrown over there, or he was like beaten to death, near to death, and then thrown over.
Yeah, no, dead already.
Yeah,
right?
if you Google Isaac Cappy, there's even video footage of the officers arriving on the scene and discovering his body, and the discussions they're having about the deceased and that sort of thing. So it's all very creepy and very sinister. But yeah.
Well, the one that really gets me is Miley Cyrus.
Why? Oh,
because I see the difference. I see the difference between Miley Cyrus and this girl that's replaced Miley Cyrus.
Oh, you're saying that the Miley Cyrus that was on that Disney show isn't the same Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus was found beaten to death in the desert.
What?
Yeah. They did a whole news story on it. They ran it for a whole cycle in the local news. And then the next day retracted it and said, no, we were mistaken. This is not Miley Cyrus. But then Miley Cyrus has this weird ass fucking character twist where she's reinventing her image or whatever. And that's the conspiracy where I'm thinking that they had to change her image so you don't notice this is a different girl. You think it's a girl becoming a woman or whatever. But when you look, like, her chin is not the same, her nose is not the same. Now, this is not an unpretty young lady who got some surgery when she turned 18. This is a different person who got surgery to look more like Miley Cyrus so she could replace her.
That's pretty wild.
If you can find
I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, anything can happen. Why replace Miley Cyrus? To make money off her albums?
Because to keep the cash moving in, but also because
keep the cash cow going.
as she got older, she started refusing to do what, like, you know, the Disney overlords and the pedophile execs wanted, and she's refusing sexual favors, and they beat her to death. And then dumped her.
Or she was going to go public, and they beat her to death.
Well, yeah. Right, like, that's the story anyway.
Could be. The world's a very messed up, sick place.
Yeah.
And now everybody's coughing.
But wouldn't that just be crazy? That China is telling the truth? That the U.S. planted this in China to spread it around the world from China, just so that Donald Trump and the Q continuum could fucking raid all of these people, lock them up, keep them separated, and get them all?
Yeah, I don't think. I think China did actually fix it, and and Trump used it to his advantage.
Oh, sure.
Although he's not, he's taken a bit of a popular, like a hit in terms of his approval ratings.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, maybe he did react a little slow, but at the same time, if you are trying to take advantage and get these people isolated so you can go after all of them in turn, like, you have to give it a little bit of extra time to actually create a crisis.
Yeah, it's true, but not only that, I mean, just call it what it is. The guy's a clumsy talker.
Yeah.
He's not the most articulate fellow. So that's why when I listen to him, I'm like, okay, I'm not listening to his words. It's like Steve Bannon says, you know, cut through the noise to get the signal. So I have to cut through all the bluster and the clumsy speaking to go, okay, so what is the gist of what he's trying to get out here? And that's not secret messages or anything, but what is the crux of what he's saying, as opposed to what are the words he's saying, you know? And from there, I'm like, okay, I'll give the guy a pass. No, I think that's wrong. Like the idea of handing out money to people. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, like, I mean, asking certain institutions to, extend some sort of, like, clemency, and then, like, say with rent and evictions.
Yeah.
Look. No one's going to be able to make it to work right now, or many people won't. If you can hold that shit, let them pay you back on a payment plan. Good. Yeah. Do a good thing like that. You still get your money. That shit like that's fine. But this whole, let's give everyone $1,000 for what?
Yeah, or 2,000 or 3,000. Yeah, I mean, I get it. But here's the thing: the Fed just printed $1.2 billion out of thin air. So giving people $2,000, it's like, well, yeah, I guess you could give them $2,000 each because you just printed $1.2 billion. So it's not really making much of a difference. The value of that $2,000 is much, much less. And then in the next 6 months to a year, the value of the money is going to drop.
Yeah, so, it's purchasing power, right? Like that's the real value of money, is what you can purchase with it. Yeah. That's why
right. You flood the economy with money,
then the price of a Big Mac goes way up.
Right, the value of that dollar is less. But here's the thing: he said a couple of bad things, like not bad things. He said a couple of things disparaging of the Fed, of the current Fed chief, right, or Fed chairman or whatever.
Mm.
I think that when all is said and done, when he gets reelected, he's going to put a move in place to end the Fed. Yeah, I don't see Biden beating it. I can't see Biden beating it. I think he's going to end the Fed, and I wouldn't be surprised if they move back to a precious metal standard.
Biden doesn't have a steady enough supply of adrenochrome to beat him, and precious metals would be.
That's right. Ever since Epstein died, the the supply has run dry. Anyway, I myself, Irving, am going to have to call it. I have to work tomorrow, so...
You work from home. You can work in your underpants. I know. Go.
I know, but I still got to get a night's sleep. And I'm going to go, swipe up on TikTok for the next 30 minutes. So, anyway, I appreciate you inviting me on again.
Oh, thanks for coming, man. Really. No, you guys are a gas. I love it.
It's always fun. And if you guys want, this first time you've heard me speak, and you want to hear me speak more, you can watch my YouTube channel. It's Craig Bragg. I can put a link, I guess, in the chat.
Wait, are you Craig Bragg or Craig Bragg on YouTube?
My Google name is Craig Bragg, but my YouTube channel is Craig Bragg. So, where's my account?
And while he figures that out, guys, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to play another round. Now, I don't want to do the virus thing again because I lost. We could try one of these weird-ass scenarios if you'd like to see one. Or, if you want, I'll go for virus again. It's up to you. If anyone wants to type something in the chat, it looks like there's people watching. Modern tools and psychological... And
is it my channel?
You guys are both the same.
It is my channel. You're awesome. Thanks, Raider Ajax.
Thanks, Ajax. Cheers. In
All
66 or 67...
You have yourself a great night.
You too. You too.
66 to 67? Is that what you said?
Yeah, no. Just put this here. In 66 or 67, the original Paul McCartney died in a car accident. A winner of a prior look-alike contest was given surgery to look more like the real deal.
I heard that too. They call him... what's his name?
Paul McCartney.
No, but the conspiracy theorists have another name for him.
I don't know.
Fall McCartney or Faux McCartney? Faux McCartney. I think that's what they call him, Faux McCartney. Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, that's funny.
Good night, Six. Thanks for that. That was awesome.
All right. Good night, Irving. Good night, everybody. Enjoy another round.
Good night, Craig. Take it easy.
Of wholesale murder of the entire population.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh. All right. So let's check out these other scenarios. Ultimate board games. Make a best-selling board game in this radically different scenario that has nothing to do with disease. Investors have given you 2 years to design, produce, and distribute your very own game. But can you make it a best-selling hit? Insert witty subliminal marketing about Plague Incorporated, the board game here. Huh. Science denial. People no longer believe in science. Popular opinion has shifted against objective truth and towards alternative facts. But when a terrifying new plague is unleashed, ginkgo tree extract, healing crystals, and snake oil can only do so much. Can the exiled experts save the world? Mad cow disease. Panic over BSE almost shut down the beef industry in the 1990s. Imports were banned and burgers were off the menu until humanity got things under control. Recently, though, unforeseen protein folding has resulted in a new variant of the prion, putting the whole food chain at risk. Is now the time to go vegetarian? Santa's Little Helper. Now, I actually played this version on the phone game, and it is just so wholesome. The world is dark and gloomy. Boring governments worldwide have banned holidays, laughter, and celebrations. Humanity has forgotten how to have fun. People dress in gray and spend all their time working. Luckily, the Nurax worm has teamed up with Santa and is determined to infect the whole world with joy and happiness. Can Santa's Little Helper make a miracle happen? This one I know is basically the exact same game, just you're trying to spread joy instead of death. Oh, and Black Death, real-life plague here. Patient Zero is infected with a previously dormant strain of Yersinia pestis from an unknown origin. Humanity must face a deadly bacterium that has been hidden for centuries, previously killing over 200 million people. We just did like 1.5 billion in the last one and barely trying. However, the world has changed a lot in 700 years with better hygiene and more antibiotics. Will the disease be able to adapt and spread before its victims die off? And so far, no one said any. Fake news? Regular game? Anyone? Because if no one's gonna pick one of these, because these crazy ones, they look like fun, but I really want to win on virus. So if I don't get a suggestion soon, I'm just gonna play virus. Virus? Okay. And we have the Xerophile gene, which means it's got a bonus in arid climates. Normal difficulty, because I'm a fucking casual. Boomer remover. No, okay, we're not going to call it boomer remover this time. And we called it Who Flew the other day. So why don't we call this one Corona-chan. Yeah. Seen a couple of versions of Corona-chan up here. You know, as deadly plagues go, she's pretty sexy. And start in China, of course, just because this viral infection is... We're supposed to be playing as if it was the Corona-chan. Corona-chan is a virus. This means that it randomly mutates rapidly and can be hard to control. It costs DNA points to devolve, so we're gonna try a little harder, wait for the better kind of spreading mutations, like coughing and sneezing, as opposed to cyst. Cyst was garbage. I don't know why I let that shit slide. But like a little cough, a little sneeze, nobody cares. That shit goes undetected for a long time, you know? It's not different than any other Corona-chan. Corona-chan begins to spread. 13 infected. Oh, but we've got points. Let's spend them. Want to get in the transmission as quick as possible. By air. Because we're already got a bonus in arid regions. So, hot, dry air. You know, some places in China are hot and dry. We're going to sweep through Southeast Asia, South Asia, down into the Middle East and Africa. Even into Australia. That's a huge bonus. Danish Mafia becoming too powerful. I don't know how that's going to affect the game here, but sometimes these events actually can have some kind of effect on how this plays. Recent events involving the Danish Mafia have prompted the German Chancellor to commission a new investigation into organized crime and antisocial behavior. I don't know if that means anything. Right, but like when the Olympics are canceled, yeah, you lose some infectivity. Rash symptom mutated. No. No symptom, especially not rash. Default 3 points. Ugh. We have so few points as it is. Only 7. I'm back up to 8. Okay, we're okay. Oh, there's some spare points. Boom, let's see what we can evolve. Transmission. Can't get the next air one yet. That takes 15 points. Go for water transmission. Pathogen can survive outside the body in fresh, warm water. In arid places, if there's any water, it will be warm. Yeah, because generally I like to get this whole chain of water and air. So I think just having multiple ways to spread right now will be very handy with 165 infected. 200. Yeah. Be very helpful. And yeah, early on a lot of time it's a waiting game and just popping some bubbles to get more points. Let's actually check. 16 points now. Every time you evolve something in one of these chains, transmission, symptoms, abilities, all the rest of them cost a little bit more. So we're waiting on 16 points to get to the next air transmission. 14, we're close. 3,000 infected. Festival of Love in China. See, obviously, fans praise the replacement for International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards, so that should increase the infection rate. Corona-chan infects thousands. Hopefully that'll get us a couple more DNA points as we move on. Coughing symptom mutated. This is a little early. I want to devolve it. There's only a few thousand people that have it. Like, if we had, I don't know, 10 million, 20 million, I'd keep it. But I mean, so So many times I've been this close, and then they just outrace me at the end. I don't want to play that shit. And now, look, we just spread to another country. This is perfect. We'll get another mutated symptom soon. No problem. What's that? Kazakhstan. And that's Southeast Asia. Oh, Australia. Look, yeah, exactly like I said. We're going to spread through this region. And to speed it up, as soon as I get that next point, we're going for air. Booyah. Transmission, air, in all these arid countries. It may not spread it to other countries as rapidly, but within those countries, it will spread very quickly now. Oh, we don't even have the points to devolve the cysts. I'm stupid. All right. God, 6 million infected. We're done for. What do I need? I need at least 5 points, right? Five points. Devolve. Hopefully nobody... The world did not notice all those cysts. Because look, we're getting mad points now. Medicine in UK slowing infection. I gotta store up some points before I evolve more shit. Let's take a look, because in abilities, drug resistance 1, pathogen becomes resistant to class 1 and 2 antivirals. Increase effectiveness in wealthy countries, 11 points. So at 11 points we can do it, but I would need 6 points to devolve a symptom, so I really need 17 points. Because I want to have that backup to devolve if I have to. Made it across the ocean to the US and Central America. Yeah, 17 points. That's my cue. Abilities. Drugs. And now we can still devolve a symptom if it evolves quicker than we like. Porg's not cool, says Ewok. Yeah, there's a little news ticker up there that gives you events. Most of them have nothing to do with the game itself, but... New round of nuclear tests considered. Again, have no idea what effect that'll have. Okay, but now we're making mad points as we hit some serious infected numbers. Getting up into the millions and millions of infected. 10 million. Let's go to transmission. Let's get it more in the water. And the reason I want to do these first is because when you start getting into the birds, rats, farm animals, insects, it will evolve more rapidly on its own. And we're trying to control that, because viruses just evolve rapidly. And generally it just means evolve symptoms rapidly and lethality rapidly. If it kills quicker than it infects, that slows you down. If it has enough symptoms that the world notices, they start trying to cure it as quickly as possible. And we just got anemia mutated, but we have plenty of points to devolve it. So we're good, we're good. 17 million infected. Why did infection crawl to 0? How's that happening? What? What's going on? Oh, this says 1 billion infected. What the heck is going on this map? Oh, because we're in Kazakhstan. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's right, you can click each country and get a quick overview. down here. But don't forget to click an ocean somewhere so you can get the world overview back on your screen. Otherwise, you'll think that no one's getting infected. Meanwhile, you're just looking at Kazakhstan. Oh, bubbles, bubbles. So many points, so many points. Still, I want to have some backup points, some extra points to devolve if necessary, because that last one in the air and water transmission is going to be really expensive. It's probably going to be 20 points, maybe more. Let's look, since nothing's happening. 20 exactly. I don't want to be left with 2 points just in case anemia symptom mutates out of nowhere. And it costs 7 points to devolve it. Luckily, each new country is a point. And you get some points just climbing regularly. So I'm going to take that risk now because we just evolved. So I don't think it'll evolve in the next 60 seconds. It better fucking not. Look at the way it's going in Russia. It's crazy. Speaking of Russia and Canada, we should probably give it some sort of cold resistance. Because it does well in arid, hot, dry. Let's give it some cold resistance. That'll help it spread through colder climes. 37 points in the bank. 3.9 billion people infected. Oh, and we're in Greenland already. Holy shit. Good job, good job. Let's check the world. Oh yeah, what is that? Maybe 10 countries still not infected? Oh, and they're already... I'm gonna leave coughing this time. At this rate, yeah, coughing will just help spread it faster. Without real lethality, so maybe no one will notice. At least it'll have time to spread before anyone really cares. Coughing and sneezing, I think, are the best ways to spread without people noticing. Cysts and rash, those are weird. Rumors of mysterious illness in China. Rumors are spreading of mysterious illness, which is sweeping through China. However, doctors find no evidence of ill health. Oh shit, because have you seen the state of some Chinese countries? Their air quality, everyone wears masks just because there's so much particulate in the air, and everyone's coughing all the time anyway. No one gives a shit. That's perfect. Perfect. And we're at 4.4 billion infected with no dead. So I think this is the one, guys. I'm sorry I've been such a casual and not able to complete this one. This is now the third time's the charm. Whew. Anemia, no, we can devolve that. We don't want any more attention than we need. 8 points. That's okay. We got lots now. We got lots of backup points. So we're slow in Canada, the US, and Africa. How do you increase transmission? Protesters claim mystery plague is real. Protesters in China urge government to investigate mystery plague in their community despite doctors not finding any evidence of ill health. That's like exactly what happened in Wuhan. So for now, let's just get the transmission into the birds, because that means chickens. And that means both rural areas and urban areas should be affected, because growing the chickens, eating the chickens. Fucking anemia. This thing wants to make people anemic so badly. It's like the third time it's evolved on its own. Okay, so for transmission, let's go with rats to make sure it gets in the cities. Still a lot of points. Still a lot of points. And about 2 billion people still to be infected. That should earn us more points as the game goes on. Pneumonia. Holy shit. That's quite a jump. From coughing to pneumonia. Really? Serious fluid build and discharge from the lungs. People in cold climates especially vulnerable. Okay. That means Canada, and that's where we're really struggling there. So let's let that one go. Because also it fits the profile of the coronavirus. It causes pneumonia. New minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in South Africa found a new disease which has been named Corona-chan. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries also reporting this disease. Who's fucking calling me? Indonesia started work on a cure. That's good. Oh, look how it just blew through fucking Greenland. Nice. Yeah, all these... We already have the bonus in arid climes. Fucking anemia. That is the 4th fucking time. Devolve you for 10 points. Maybe I should have left it. No, I don't want people to be too concerned. I don't want other countries jumping in on the research right now. I want it spreading. Spreading quickly. Corona-chan placed on watch list. Shit. But that's okay. We're getting 20 to 30 million people. Pulmonary fibrosis. Let it run. I can't spend the points on that. First death has been confirmed. Bad luck or the beginning of something terrible? Actually, let's check the world. There are no healthy countries, but still 729 million healthy people. Oh, have I ruined this already? Spread through Africa, come on. They're at 6% now. Holy shit, 7%. And now USA is leading. So what is this called? Genetic hardening. Pathogen becomes harder to analyze in the lab. Decreased research speed. Oh my god. I said 3rd time's the charm. People in Central Africa now are dying faster than new people are being infected. Fuck. South Africa shuts down airports. Do I actually have to go to transmission at this point and put it in insects? Is that going to be the way to spread it around Africa? 16 points. Oh, we can afford it. That should race through Africa now. Rash symptom mutated. Let it run. Can't devolve it. Don't have enough points. Okay, what's next for abilities? Genetic hardening 2 or genetic reshuffle. That will put their work back. This will slow their speed. Ooh, but this one's only 20, so not a problem there. Need one more point to set them back. Sneezing mutated, good. There we go, and now we have the points. Ah, lost 4%. Suckers. Okay, it looks like Africa's being overrun. 25% complete, but now we already have a jump on lethality. That should get us points. Immune suppression symptom mutated. Good, I like that. Let me see what that actually means here, though. immune suppression. Pathogen attached to lymphocytes, suppressing immune system and allowing significantly greater freedom of mutation can be lethal. So it should mutate quickly now, and we can spend all of our points on fighting the cure if we ever get any. Insomnia mutated, people will be sleepy, doctors will work less. Hopefully, God, they're already at 50%. I'm not going to do it. Again, global research is focused on the cure. What do I need? Like 26 points at least, right? There are no healthy people left in the world. Mutate rapidly now. There we go. Nausea. Don't get nearly as many points for killing as you do for infecting. $25 points for the next genetic reshuffle. Okay, we're not going to make it there if I wait for that. Oh, increase random mutations. 75% complete, holy shit. Oh my god. I can't believe I did it. Projectile vomiting symptom combo. Coughing and vomiting are causing the affected to projectile vomit, increasing the effectivity of Chronogen. Oh my god. I am sorry. I am sorry to anyone who's left watching this shit. It's too late. Anemia. Get the anemia is what cost me this game, you assholes. 10 points. Spend it. Spend it on rapid evolution. Nah, it's over. Only getting 2 million dead a day now. Not less than 2 million. They're all healed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Corona-chan. I did not honor you. Paranoia symptom mutated. Too late, too late. God damn it. Eradicated. That's about 2 years and a hair. I am sorry. I am sorry. You poor few people still here watching. I'm going to take a quick break and then I'm going to give it one more go. If you want to stick around, great. I understand if you have other shit to do and don't want to watch me fucking lose again, okay? Oh, and it's just running the replay of my shame. Why? So you stuck around. Okay. Well, let's give it another go. Corona-chan. Now, the names are cursed. Let's call it the official name. COVID-19. Start in China. I will not stop to read all the bubbles this time. You guys know the drill at this point. Just gonna let it take its time and infect. 3 points to devolve. So to get to the transmission of air, should have 12 points in the bank before we do it. Cold country's getting colder. That's global warming. Oh, nice. Almost, 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 almost. Oh, you son of a bitch. Good thing I didn't evolve it. Insomnia. You out of your fucking mind. I was gonna spend the points on transmission. You have successfully evolved COVID. No, I devolved it. It evolved itself like a fucking asshole. With 74 infected, it evolved itself. How the fuck? How are you supposed to control that? With the bacteria, it's easy, man. You just don't kill till you're ready. See, so harnessing it in while getting it to spread with like coughing or sneezing. That's the trick here. We're gonna need at least, it's 10 points for that, and to devolve is gonna be 4, so we need an extra point still. Oh, nice hit. Now it's in the water and it's in the air. I'm gonna bank a nice chunk of points. Focus on devolving. This one may take a little longer, but I think I've been impatient. Just, yeah, see, like, when certain stuff comes up at a certain point, I just like, let it run. It's a bad idea. It's bad. You're better than that, Irving. Thousands. Soon it'll be on planes and boats and being carried around the world. Nurgle is with us. It's Warhammer. I can't believe how poorly I've played this the last few times. It's just embarrassing. Kickstopper raises record amount. Journalists rush to cover latest record-breaking amount of money raised on Kickstopper. Sources expect record to last for at least 72 hours. Let's speed it up a little bit. Just run through it. Spreads to India. Nice. Rio Olympics shut down for no reason. Now, 2 million coughing. Fuck. Okay, coughing is okay. I want coughing. It spreads. It spreads fast when people are coughing. Sneezing too. And a sneeze and a cough, no one cares. The world might not really notice yet. So look at all these places that are getting infected now. Just a little cough. Just the flu, bruh. Okay, hold on. Transmission. Should we jump into birds immediately? Now, if you go into birds, mutation increases. How about we go for drug resistance? Going on for a while with that cough, and new disease has not been identified. No one notices. Just the flu, bro. Just the cold. Getting a lot of points there. Let's spend some on cold resistance. And the next one, we'll go for transmission. Air and water. Sneezing symptom mutated. Okay, we lucked out with this one. Got the perfect blend of cough and sneeze. And now, let's make sure it has aerial transmission. Oh, they caught it. They know it exists. They know I exist. It's okay. As long as we're not scary and they're not trying to cure us out the gate, we still have time to spread. Spreading rapidly in a lot of places. 1.5 billion infected. That's more than the common cold, right? Or is it closer to 2 billion for the common cold? I forget. But we seem to be in England. Olympics are back on in Brazil. 18 points? Yeah, that's fine. Because we can still devolve any new symptom. Coughing and sneezing will leave as long as possible. And let everything else... devolve everything else. Save as many points as possible to fight the cure. And go for lethality when we get the opportunity. We're in Iceland. Getting to Greenland is trickier. Because there's only one port. And I think it's from Finland. That goes to Greenland. So you have to get Finland infected and then Greenland. We got a fair bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All over now. Alright, let's finish off air and water. While we still have some 5 billion plus people to infect. But no one's trying to cure us because it's just the flu, bruh. Is that Finland? Yep, that's Finland. Good. Tons of points now. Just be patient. Ooh, pneumonia. No, devolve. That was yeah, pneumonia. Got impatient last time. Let it run. No, we haven't infected nearly enough people. We're not even in Greenland. Actually, let's check the list. Oh yeah, still a dozen countries left to infect. And 39% of the population, like 4.3 billion people. And we still have 35% of the population left to infect. This gives you a crazy perspective. There it is. Greenland. That's the hardest one. If you don't like start in Greenland or Finland, it really is so difficult to get in there. But this time we have way more points. Way more. And still no one's trying to cure us. I think they were already trying to cure us with just about 5 billion. Because I let the pneumonia run. That was what caused the problem. Rash, no. No rash. Devolve 8 points, but that's okay, because we still have well over 100, so this is crazy. This is the one, guys. This is the one, I promise. Let's take a look. Only Morocco needs to be infected, so we got plenty of points. Abilities-wise, no, transmission. Like rats and rural animals to get it in the cities and the farmlands, or insects and rats. Insects and rats. 14 points. 16 points leaves us with just under 100. I think that's okay. We should have plenty to devolve if necessary, but it will fill in our gaps for sure. Also because it is that July? So the insect thing is going to be very, very useful. Devolve insomnia. And still no one's trying to cure us. This is great. Coughing and sneezing, insects and rats. July in Canada, that should spread through the insects really well. July and August. And Africa should just be fucking exploding. Pneumonia. No, even with almost 6 billion, I'm going to devolve it now. And we can go back to it later. That's why I saved all these points. Or rather, we can let it run later. While they're curing, I'll spend all the points on fighting the cure and hopefully the rapid mutation caused by being a virus. There's Morocco. And being in rats and insects. That should give us all the lethality we need. And if it doesn't, it looks like with our bank of points, we'll have enough to, okay, maybe we'll have less. To throw down some points if we have to. Suppression. Without using DNA points. I want to see what that means, though. Pathogens attached to lymphocytes, suppressing immune system and allowing significantly greater freedom of mutation. What's our 7% healthy people? Let's leave it, because it's not lethal, so it won't kill them. And they won't react immediately. Oh, okay, apparently it's somewhat lethal. Poland starts work on a cure. Don't tell me I fucked this one up too. No, I've got a lot of points. Fever symptom. Which can be fatal. I don't know. Should I just keep running with it? Now what? Coughing, sneezing, immunosuppression, and fever. Oh. Increase in contagiousness. Maybe that'll help. Help finish the spread there. China shuts down airports a little late. Holy crap, but they're at 7%. Okay, let's go to abilities. Genetic hardening. Evolve that shit. That slows down there. And let's do the genetic reshuffle for 20 points. There we go. That sets them back to 9%. Genetic hardening 2. Pathogen does not reproduce in lab conditions, decreases research speed. We still have 40 points. We'll get a few more as it infects. Holy crap, what happened to slows down? Pneumonia mutated. Genetic reshuffle 2. A new strain of the pathogen now exists, increasing the work necessary to develop a cure. Sets them back to just a few percent. Holy crap. But we're killing pretty heavily. Cysts mutated. No healthy people left in the world, okay. 31 points, Jesus, and we have 17. It's gonna be a long while. But it should mutate pretty rapidly. So what do I want to do? We're letting them cure it while I worry about spending the points. I'm never going to make the 31 necessary. Let's go for the rapid evolution. Because if you kill enough people, the whole system shuts down. And they stop being able to cure. Oh, I fucked it up again. I am so sorry. Oh, guys, we're never gonna wipe out all of humanity. Rash mutated. That doesn't really help. Go for more violent mutations. Do I need 10 or 11? 12 points. Jesus. It is mutating pretty quickly, though. Like there seems to be a new symptom every 30 seconds or so. Or there was. It's slowed down dramatically now. Yeah, no, when you need it to evolve on its own, it doesn't. There it is, paranoia. And it went backwards, did you see? Oh, come on. 500,000 dead. None of these, some of the symptoms make it significantly harder to cure anemia. Yes. Give me one more point, come on. Alright, let's try. This is the only thing we can try here. Rapid mutation, increase the mutation time, and just go for killing power. Mutate on your own for more lethality. Come on! Skin lesions. That's not lethal. Again. So sorry, guys. Ah. I've never had so much trouble on this difficulty level playing this game. It's so much better on the computer than on the phone. I gotta really rethink my strategy. Come out swinging. Because, well, I'm under quarantine, so I'll do another stream and, yeah, try it again. I'll get it done. Get it done for you. You poor bastards that sat it out with me. Oh my god, and they're curing it so quickly. Look at that. Look at that bar change. Oh, wow. It's over. It's over. Well, guys, thanks for coming. It's been fun. I can't win. I can't make coronavirus kill everyone like it's supposed to. Ah. Pity mode lets you unlock. Fuck you, video game. No. Who the hell do you think I am? I'm just gonna exit that. And, Jesus. That can't be right. 6 of you still watching. Oh, you are? Holy shit. Thanks, guys. But why? I'm touched, really, I am. Thanks for witnessing my shame. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to try to have these guys back on as soon as possible. I am, under self-quarantine for the foreseeable future. Or rather, the affordable future. Again, hope y'all are stocked. Hope y'all are healthy and well. And thanks for coming. We will see you in the next one. Hail Sigmar.